All right, guys. So today we took one trade and we hit a break-even trade. Surprising, right? Show you guys the trade real quick. Here was the trade. Took it off of this 1 minute IFVG, entered, boom, pushed up at least 1 hour, and we were aiming for this high up here. A little quick 2 hour trade, and we had hit break-even. Eventually, this was the final draw. The market did eventually meet it. And yeah, reason why I still maintain a bullish bias was because again we were not, breaking below these basically the 5 minute fair value ups, clear displacement higher. I didn't want to see below bearish. We were failing with this rejection here, strong rejection off of that, showing strength in terms of like buying. So we maintained that profile there. But yeah, on the daily time frame here, we swept the low. We also swept the high, but now again we swept the low here. So yeah, on the daily time frame, we swept the candle range low, boom, and on the 4 hour time frame here, we also swept that 4 hour low, had that 4 hour buy side imbalance holding, and then we had that 4 hour drawn liquidity inside of that daily, PD array also. 1 hour time frame, we also swept that 1 hour candle range low, which again, just creating that EBP, advanced EBPs, and again, just showing strength, really honestly, especially with how, we were disrespecting these fair value apps. Again, if we were going to be bullish, we're going to show strong rejection, sweep above these highs, continue lower. We weren't having that here, and then we also met this high, broke above it, continued to push past this one, and then we finally met that target during this 10 a.m. candle. On the 30-minute time frame, I could have entered on a better candle for sure, but again, this was like the follow through, open, pushes up, reach these highs. We have strong rejection off of that after reaching these highs. Market wants to come back down, and then eventually pushes back up, So yeah. And then on the 5 minute, we didn't really have much. Either on the 15, we didn't really have much. We were entering on this candle. We could have just waited for this fair value up to get tapped up into, but it never did. So that's one thing you have to really pay attention to. The market failed to reach into this fair value up, even though you would have wanted to see it you retrace up into and then form that 1 minute IPG, and that's kind of where the speed would have came in for this trade if we already met it, swept this low, pushed up, and then we had strong displacement up higher, but we never got that. And then the market came back down, had that wick, and then eventually started pushing up. But if the market eventually, or hypothetically, if it did retrace up into this 15-minute PD array and this inversion, and then pushed up and formed that inversion on the 1 minute, this would have been like an A+ setup, and it probably would have been that 2R met. But again, just following the system, following the trades. We had that 1 hour that 1 hour, confirmation, 4 hour confirmation, 30-minute, kind of a 30-minute confirmation. I won't lie, with this low swept, but again, this candle was already displacing higher. So I would just say the 1 hour. On the 5 minute, we didn't really have much here, and then on the 1 minute, we had that inversion fair value got formed. On the 2 minute time frame, also really just again it formed there. Well, I used the 1 minute one, just looked a little more sharp, honestly. But yeah, if we did retrace here, and then we started to displace, this high would have been broken through, and then eventually the buy side objective would have been met earlier throughout the day instead of just later throughout the day. So just unfortunate PA. We did have news at 9:45, so that is unfortunate. And this trade right here did look really, really good. This one on the 3 minute right here. If I'm being truly honest, before 10 a.m., this looked amazing right here. Or it was on the 2 minute, I believe. Yeah, it was on the 2 minute. So this trade right here on the 2 minute time frame was hold on. No, yeah, it was on the 3 minute then. This was the setup I was looking at, but again, I swear it was on ES, I believe. That's where it was. I'm not tripping. It's not B, but yeah, it was on ES. So ES inversed it while NQ didn't. So this is a little bit of a little tricky one, honestly, but I was looking at this also. So ES inversed this, NQ didn't, and then eventually, boom, you have like that, 50-point move, 40-point move. I'm over here tripping, bro. I was thinking I was on NQ, but it was on ES. Whole time, bro. Whole time. All these key objectives met right there. You can see that there. But yeah, you had that 2 minute IFVG, 3 minute IFVG. Honestly, this one looked really, really nice. What is it, like a 10-point stop? You can have like a 10-point stop. Usually it's kind of what I aim for. 10-point stop, strong split. If not, you can have like a 15-point stop. It's not bad either. 15-point stop, 1 to 2 risk reward here. just want to do a 12.5. This is a beautiful trade, honestly. But yeah, that's pretty much really the trade recap. Account balance is at 541. So again, we really only have one trade left in me, and if we blow, we blow. Keep trading the other one, and try to just see if I can keep this alive. Honestly, I should have just took the 1R, continue to build in a buffer. But I was over here aiming for 2R, just trying to have like that 3 trade limit, where I like, okay, I hit, boom, I have 3 trades in me now, instead of just having one extra one in me now. But it is what it is, again, just following the system, following the trades, following the rules. Next week is pretty much really the last week of the month. So either way, after that, next month I will be trying to scale, and, either we have these accounts or we don't. So it is what it is at that point. I'm going to try to eventually get max allocation and just continue doing what I'm doing, and just do what I'm doing, Top step, we have yet to, get the payout, which is, I believe, I think a lot of people say it's always, the first payout that takes the longest. So you have to wait and see. And then probably after that, we should be good. So I'm just expecting that to come through next week. I did follow all the rules. I did follow everything. I wasn't, I didn't break anything. So there is no worries, it just takes time to verify everything and then eventually get the payout. And then, yeah, that's really it, bro. Honestly, I do want to change my setup a little bit and, get a little bit of a new desk, change the setup, make it look better, make it more to my liking, I guess you can say that. So that's pretty much really it.